What's up, everybody? Welcome to Audio Oddity. I'm your host, Rocky, here with BDC.
What
Back
up?
again. What's up, man?
What up? What
Man,
up?
he got the PlayStation shirt on today.
I
He
got
needs
different ones. I
to
got different ones.
he needs to quit, man. We got to be partial. We're supposed to be like partial news. We're not supposed to have like we're
PlayStation.
not supposed to be having be like fans and stuff.
You say that, but then you got a
I know you
Xbox in
talk
the
about
back,
my ex man. Let
and
me
it look
look.
real. It look real. It don't look
I'm
like no
tell y'all
refrigerator.
about this refrigerator in the back.
It's like I want to tell you to turn it off. Is it on or no?
So this refrigerator in the back, this is the Xbox refrigerator they released. What was it, last year or something?
Yeah,
And so I was like, cool, man, $100. And it looked like an Xbox Series X, and it's all cool. So I bought one, right? That thing, man. So I left it in my garage for a while. I do admit that it stayed in the box for a long time, and then I finally decided to set it up. Thing don't even work. It didn't even work. It never cooled down. The light didn't come on that first one. Whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. So I called it. It came with a little warranty card in it. So I called them. They was real cool about it. They was like, oh, no problem. You can ship it back. You can we'll send you another one. You don't even got to worry about shipping the old one back. Just keep it, right? So I
yeah.
sold so I sold the old one on like Facebook Marketplace or something. Some dude bought it for like $75 broken. He found what was wrong with it. He said he hit me back, was like, man, I was able to fix it. Cool, thank you. I really appreciate it. So I was like, cool. He got one, I got one. They sent me my brand new one. Man, this thing worked for like 2 weeks. Then after 2 weeks, it don't even cool no more. It don't even get cold no more. The light comes on, that's it.
That's
So
Microsoft.
I'm really
That's,
disappointed
that's,
in
that's,
that.
that's Xbox for you.
Yeah, man, it's just cheap, cheap. That's what it was. It's a reason it's $100. I'll tell you that. It's a reason. There's probably like a $50 fridge, and an extra 50 is because it's
Yeah, like a
branded.
budget refrigerator.
Yeah,
They
because it's
like they
branded
make some money
Xbox or
off of them.
whatever. So it's for decoration. I used to keep my water in it, but it don't get cold no more. So yeah, so that's the deal with the refrigerator back there. I'm highly, I like Microsoft for the most part, but come on now. It's just I don't know. It seemed like I think you said it before. It seemed like just a cash grab. You know what I mean?
I mean, it was something that fans make fun of, and they made
Yeah,
money
they put it
off of it.
out there. They made it cheap as possible and
Why
put it out
not? I
there.
mean, hey,
So
you making fun of it? Why we gonna make a refrigerator for real?
that's it. And I bought it, so I can't
Yeah.
complain. I fell for it. So I fell for it. All right. Anyway, so this is Audio Oddity. We'll get into it. Today we got a couple of news stories today. Uh, we'll just hop right onto it, man. So what's
Let's
up?
just
What
get
you got?
into it.
What you got
I
first? Go
mean,
ahead. You can
I'm a
go first
Cowboy
today.
fan, and the Eagles are still undefeated, so I'm still mad. So,
We're not even well, the Cowboys they're doing pretty good though. That was only like their second loss.
second loss, yeah, it's a rival game though.
Yeah, so it's second loss. They probably won't win the division this
Those
year,
rival
but
games is like it don't matter who wins. I mean, it matters who wins. It don't matter
yeah.
how many wins and losses they had. They just
And
go,
the
oh yeah,
Eagles,
the
and
Cowboys
the
lost.
Eagles real good this year. So I mean,
Yeah, the six and people keep saying that. The fans keep saying, "Oh yeah, we still undefeated for now."
yeah,
So
they're
they know. I
six and
mean,
0. I mean, yeah, Eagles are decent this year.
have they ever had a team that went undefeated the whole season?
Miami 72. Um, Miami 72. New England 2018 or 20. It was a Randy Moss team. I can't remember what year it was, but they almost did it. They lost the Super Bowl to the Giants though.
Yeah, that's
But
worse right there. Go undefeated and then lose the Super
but
Bowl.
my yeah, Miami 72 is the only team to go undefeated during the season, win the Super Bowl. But anyway, man, let's get into this game and stuff. Let's get into this game and stuff. So let's see. What we got up today? What we got up today? Let's talk about look, let's talk about this. This is gonna be the latest news. We're doing this on a Monday, so a little later than usual. And I caught this one this morning, actually. And I was talking to you about it a little bit before. And since you don't know about it, I can go ahead and let's discuss. So Sony is saying that they're gonna cancel. Man, Sony too much, man. I'm gonna dive deep into this. They're saying they're gonna cancel. They're thinking about May cancel their showcase, um, because they don't want to strengthen Xbox's case that about the purchase of Activision.
Yeah,
So so let me explain it. Basically, um, Sony, you remember last, Sony's saying, oh, they can't buy Activision, it's gonna hurt us, whatever, right? So Microsoft counteracted with like, no, it won't. It's not gonna hurt y'all. Like y'all got all kind of third
I've
party
seen where they
games.
said that Sony's too big to
Yeah,
fail.
they're too big to fail. They got all kind of third party games, and I think Microsoft even went as far as to say like, even if we took like every single player that plays Call of Duty on PlayStation came over and played it on Xbox now, like y'all still have more players than us. Like more people will still be playing your console. You know what I mean? That was their argument. So basically, their argument is like, this ain't gonna hurt y'all at all. Why y'all
I mean, it
bitching,
could be
right?
done. I mean, Nintendo don't have Call of Duty, and Switch is one of the most
Yeah,
successful systems.
exactly. Is and Nintendo don't got a lot of things, and they do just fine. Like
They don't have
Nintendo,
Madden
yeah,
or
Nintendo ain't
Call of
getting
Duty.
Gotham. Nintendo not getting Gotham Knights. You know what I mean? That new Batman game. Like they ain't. You don't see. You know what I mean? So that's the gripe. But so Sony is thinking about the reason they think about canceling this event, because this event is showing off a bunch of third party games they're gonna get. So they're thinking if they show all that off, then it kind of strengthens Microsoft's argument of like, it really ain't gonna hurt them because look what they got. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's just crazy though, man. Sony is like, I don't even understand it. It's just because they have to do it. Is it the investors like get out there and fight? Like it seems like they just way too worried about this, like way too worried. I don't know. I I just don't understand it, and it kind of, think about that though. They said, Microsoft said if every single Call of Duty player came over to Xbox, they still wouldn't have as many players as PlayStation. Like still. So, but PlayStation still like I mean, they legit trying to stop this. Like they legit don't want this to happen. And but on the Microsoft end of it, though, I would like to say on the Microsoft end of it, Microsoft needs to try to stop acting like they just look like they're a lot like this little small gaming company too, though. Like Microsoft is worth more as a company. Like we talking two PlayStations. You know what I mean? Microsoft is like $1 trillion company, and Sony, I think, is only like a $1 billion. It's probably like high billions, probably 5, 6, 700, 800 billion, but they still only worth like in the billions. And Microsoft is valued as $1 trillion company. So Microsoft is bigger as a whole. So it ain't just about video games. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
overall speaking, Microsoft could like theoretically buy Sony. Like that's how much money they got as a company as a whole. Like they could buy them. Like you know what I mean? If they ever went up for sale, they could buy them. I mean, hell, they paid what 60, 70 billion for Activision. You know what I mean? That's like 1/3 of the worth of Sony. So like Microsoft needs to stop acting like this is like, oh, we just some little gaming company. We barely look at PlayStation. We're barely making it. We can't compete. Like, come on now. We
Well,
do
they
know you
comparing
do
it to
other things.
systems.
Yeah, they compare the systems, yeah, but we do know you do
On a
other things.
system, on a system like on systems, Sony got them by a lot.
Yeah, Sony do. Yeah, Sony got them by a lot in systems, but as a company as a whole, Microsoft is a lot bigger than Sony. So like, and I understand the reasons. Like, you also don't want Microsoft going around just buying up everything, buying up the competition either. You know,
Yeah, I mean, we all know why they're doing this kind of stuff
yeah,
because they don't have games. They don't
yeah,
have their own
exactly. They don't
stuff.
got games. Yeah, you don't got games. You're not making games. You're gonna have to buy some games. So that's what they're doing. They're buying developers and
They're
stuff.
trying to do the lazy way. That's the one thing I see it as the lazy way out of it.
Instead of hiring better, I guess hiring,
Developing
but
early, like
yeah,
Sony's been Sony's
developing
been
games, hiring better
releasing
people
those.
and stuff. It's easier just to go get something that's already made, especially when you got the money to do it. You know what I mean? So anyway, I just struck that as weird that they're even, talking about canceling their showcase just because they don't want it to seem helpful for Microsoft. They want to play the card of, oh, we ain't got no third party games. You know what I mean? Well, y'all know y'all got third party games. Y'all know y'all got first party. Like the first party games alone carry that system. Carry PlayStation by itself. So I don't know. It all just seems kind of ridiculous. But I do feel like it's gonna go through. Like it's gonna happen eventually. This is gonna be done. It's gonna go through. So anyway, I just want to touch on. I know you didn't know much about that one because it just came out
Yeah, I
like
don't see
three
it on
hours.
no big sites or nothing. That's
Yeah,
why I didn't really.
I got this is on Game Rant right now. I saw it on Twitter earlier and I started digging into it, but yeah. But anyway, we'll stick with Sony and money and all that. So, and I want to hear your opinion on this one. So, the game Ark Survival Evolved, right? It's that game. It's a multiplayer where you like ride dinosaurs and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't worry too much about
Yeah,
that
but
game is a glitchy mess.
you know what it is, right?
Yeah, I know what it is.
So Sony paid $3.5 million to give it away on PS Plus to make it the PS Plus game of the month, right?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. And Microsoft paid 2.5 million to just put it on Game Pass for 6 months. Actually, I read somewhere where this was like a 3-year deal. It was not only a 3-year deal, but they're gonna get part two. Is going straight to Game Pass also. So we always wonder about the economics of this stuff, like how these developers making money, if everything, you know what I mean, and all that.
Yeah.
So do you feel like Sony overpaid that 3.5 million just to give it away for the month?
Um, I don't think so. I mean, I think it's a lot of money, but Sony's been killing it. I keep trying to. What's this noise on my computer? I think Sony's been doing a really good job with their games, with their free to play games like that. Like to me,
Yeah.
like they still got that going for them,
Yeah,
and
that
that's like
plus
to
is
me a thing
yeah.
in the past with Microsoft. So, I mean, I don't got the money like Sony to be doing that. I think that's a lot, but I mean, if
In the
you
big
go,
picture, it might not be that, if you're
what
looking
is this
at
noise? I keep hearing. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean, it is a lot of money, and it seems like I think it just looks like a lot of money for a lot of people, and I think people are gonna talk about it regardless. But
but I wonder why Microsoft got such a better deal. I mean, they put in for $1 million less. They got to put it on
what's the
Game
time frame
Pass.
on it though? Like, was it
Yeah.
the same? That game has been out
Yeah,
on
it's
Game
well, they
Pass,
get to keep it
so
on. Well, it said they're keeping it on Game Pass for 6 months, and then they pay like another 3 million, and they're gonna get part two of it. Is coming straight to Game Pass day one.
and that game looks like a dead game, like it might get canceled.
Yeah,
They've been talking about that game for 2 years with Vin Diesel with 2 trailers so far.
I ain't never played it. I
People
know
don't
one.
even know if it looks the same. If it's gonna be even the same game,
Yeah,
it's
I only
part
heard
two.
of one person that ever played it, and they seem to like it, but I never played it. They say you like
Ark,
ride
it's a
around on
popular game
dinosaurs
though.
and
It is
hunt
a
or
popular
something.
game though.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Top
just
game on the I know on the Xbox is like top 50, like it's like top like 20 or
yeah.
something like that. Or
So I didn't even write this one down, but another thing I heard was they some kind of court documents came out, all kind of court stuff's coming up because of all this with the Activision, all that. But Game Pass
noise.
made like in 2021, Game Pass made like $16 billion or something
Yeah,
like that. And so I mean, I don't know, that wasn't profit, that's just what they made. They didn't say it was profit. So I mean, I guess that ain't, because remember it was a big question about, oh, is Game Pass making any money? You know what I mean?
yeah,
They made $16 billion in 2021. So I guess it's working. Whatever they doing, I guess is working. And I don't know how much they, you say 16 billion. I don't know if they spending 15 billion to put games on there. I don't know. And they only coming out 1 billion to the good. Either way though, that's making some damn money. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So Game Pass is very profitable. Guess that answer. Not very profitable, but it is making money. We do know that. We don't know the profit margins, but we do know Game Pass does make money. And of course it makes money because otherwise why would they keep doing it, right?
yeah. I
They,
mean,
yeah, they would have been shut it down. All right. Next thing coming up, Nintendo. Used to be your favorite system. Nintendo.
all right, I'm trying to get to stop this noise. This noise
What's it
keeps popping up
beeping?
on my computer. It keeps popping up. Like it's
What
just
is
so
it?
annoying. I don't want it to mess up the noise, the
I can't hear it.
sounds. You can't hear it.
I can't hear it.
Okay, I mean, I guess as long as you can't hear it,
Yeah, I can't hear it in my headphones.
as long as you can't hear it is good. Then I don't want that to keep being the
Nah,
noise or
yeah,
whatever.
I can't hear
Okay, cool. If
nothing.
you don't hear it,
Yeah,
then I guess it won't pick up. I just
yeah,
want to make sure I don't, because it keeps doo 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 doo.
yeah, I can't hear it. But Nintendo's cracking down on explicit content, sexual explicit content. So I guess there'll be no more of that letting anything in the eShop like they was before. Cause man, they used to it didn't matter. You go read the list of Switch games coming out for the week, it just be anything. It don't it's like nobody even look at what's coming in there. So I guess they're gonna start cracking down on that. Which you would think Nintendo would have been doing that because they're like a family company. They make like kind of
They got a
wholesome.
lot of games in there, like a lot of gay games and
Yeah, that's what I'm
games where you
saying.
cheat on your wife and
Yeah, all kind of stuff.
you
Yeah.
dating this guy, you dating, and then you got to handle like talk to them through text messages, and you're on the island, It's we can't get game chat or messages,
But you gonna
but then
let
they're
this
gonna
in there?
release this. They're gonna release this stuff. Don't make no
Yeah.
sense.
So I guess they cracking down on all that. I didn't heard
They
all
decided to
kind
crack
of
down
weird
after like
games.
5 years of it.
Yeah, I guess some because I mean it's so bad. I know Game Scoop they do like a weekly thing on it. Like they made it a bit on their show. They call it Nintendo Quality Control, where they read through the games of the week and like it's all these messed up games that eShop that you can buy on eShop right now.
You can't even see the good games on that system that much because it's like like between like now today and like I say the end of the month, it's about 50 games coming out this week of like these indie games that you never even heard of and like cell phone games. And it's like when you get on the store, you got to go down a list,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
like they don't even have a full list because they only have like probably about 50 some games on that list that they could probably put. So you got like 40 some games coming out between now and 3 weeks of
yeah,
just these games you never heard of. And then you get to the list of, oh, okay, here go Bandana for next week. It took me
yep.
10 minutes to get down the
You get to
list.
you get to Bayonetta. Yeah,
Yeah, but
you
then the store is so laggy and like slow that you waiting for it to bubble and the little bubble pop up, and like they gotta fix that stuff. Like it's not, what do you call it? It don't look cool at all. Like it's a term you use for it, but it don't look nice at all. Like to get to the store to look at stuff, like it's annoying to find stuff. Like if you're looking for something, you just want to just type in the name really just to get straight to it. 'Cause you don't got to worry about going like dealing with all the bubbles and loading and
yeah, you absolutely right though, because I got like I don't know, I got like $10-15 credit on the Nintendo eShop. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy me something, right? So I got on there to like look for like cool, and it's just so much trash. Like I don't like the first 3 pages was stuff I never even heard of. And they put their marquee stuff up like Mario Kart and Mario, and stuff like that. But
yeah, that's like in the top selling.
yeah, but if you look for like just different games and stuff, like you have to
But you
weed
got to
through a
kind
lot.
of separate that stuff a little bit because it makes your shop look weak. Like you got these games is like over Mario Kart and stuff just
Yeah,
because they're 99 cents.
yeah,
So
yeah,
the top games this week is some bootleg game you never heard of. Why is it top game? Oh, okay, it's 99 cent or
yeah.
50 cent.
Yeah. So I'm glad they kind of cleaning up. They starting the process of cleaning up the eShop because the eShop does need cleaning up. Um. All right, man. Let's move
They
on.
just did the app. They just redid the app a little bit, and the app is pretty nice.
Yeah.
After like 5 years of beta, it's been in.
All right. The last thing I got here is G4. I don't know if you ever even did you watch G4 back in the day? Attack of the
I watched
Show
like
and X Play.
X Play with Morgan
Yeah.
Webb, Adam Sandler,
Yeah.
or I said Adam Sandler. What's his name? What's his name? Sense
Sessler. Adam Sessler. I
Adam
think it was.
Sessler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Morgan Webb is the one I always remember because she was pretty nice looking, and
Yeah.
but the yeah, that used to be at one point where I used to look at for my reviews and stuff like that.
That's what everybody went for their reviews back then
And
because we didn't
I
really
used to
have
always be interested in what they thought of a game.
yeah, we didn't have social
Oh, I wonder
media
what
like
I
that,
can't wait for X Play.
Yeah, we didn't have social media like that, so we got all our game reviews from like X Play. But so you remember they shut down, a long time ago. Then they recently reopened last year, and they didn't even make a year, man. They shut down again.
Yeah, I didn't pay no attention to that. Like, it's just like
I don't
to
even
me,
know.
social
I don't
media
know
is
where
so
it
big,
was.
like IGN, GameSpot, and
Yeah, yeah.
Twitter, and just.
So yeah,
What's the other one? Riddick or Reddit,
Reddit, yeah, Reddit. So yeah,
Reddit.
it came back, and I didn't even know where it was. Like I couldn't even tell you where. You know what I mean? Like
Like you would have been smart enough. I mean, you would at least put it like on IGN or make some kind of deal with like a like GameSpot or something or like nobody. I'm not going to get on my cable station or cable to go look at game news and
see, I don't even
reviews
know.
and
Was it on? I don't even
Attack
know
of the
if it was on
Show and
cable. I couldn't even
I
tell
don't
you
know.
if it
Did they
was
have
like an
Attack of the
actual
Show and
channel.
all that like them shows
Yeah, they
or
brought it back. They brought back X Play. What's his name? Danny was on X Play now. Danny, I can't even think his last
they
name.
might as well just did like a network. It would have been better if they just did a network.
Yeah, Danny Pena. He was on
If you
X
had a
Play.
network, you could have had like you could have teamed with like IGN or something. And you go to this network, you
Yeah,
see IGN, you see this, you see that. But
but
that's a
what they
thing in
should
the
have did.
past, like like it's
So
almost like Toys R Us. Like
yeah,
you hear about they bringing it back, but
for
are they
what?
really do you still see Toys R Us? Because I don't see it. Apparently they
I
got
don't
them
know.
around.
They don't got one where I'm
Apparently they
at.
reopening them, and then they already start reopening them, and it's just like, do you really need a dedicated toy store to go to?
Yeah,
It's like
with
video games. You
Amazon and
really
yeah,
need a dedicated. It's not enough video game news in a day. Sometimes that's why if you go to IGN, and stuff like that. Sometimes you get on IGN, it's nothing video game related on
nah,
there
they
for the
do
day. It'll be
shows and
all TV
movies
shows and She-Hulk and
and then they put
Easter
up, they
egg.
revisit a lot of different. They'll
Yeah, because they'd be
revisit
out of
like old
business if it was just
stories.
video
Yeah,
games. Because realistically, a lot of people have been struggling, and with the pandemic still going, it's not disappeared yet. A lot
yeah,
of these studios and stuff is still struggling, and it's not their responsibility to report something every day. And this is like a lot of these game sites rely on clickbait. I see IGN just they just repost something they repost last week. They start
yeah.
doing
That
that a
yeah,
lot.
they
That's how you
repost.
know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
They be like, yeah,
So,
I hate
but
when
I
they post
think
those articles. Oh, here go where you reserve Call of Duty. These are the places to reserve them at. Do you really need that?
But
It's all right.
I think G4 should have went like IGN and like started off as just like a news website, like went back to the roots like that. And then like also like IGN, they don't have a cable channel, but I noticed on like my it's which TV is that? Vizio, on my Vizio TV. If you go to
Yeah.
like those free channels they offer digitally or whatever, IGN has a channel on there where you can go watch their stuff, but it's the same stuff they like put up on YouTube and all that, but you can go watch it on there. And they should have did something like that and not try to launch like a whole cable network. You know what
Cell
I
phones
mean?
kind of killed it a little bit, too. Like, why go on my cable station or whatever when I could
Yeah.
just look at my phone and
I mean,
find out all the news?
I mean, to be honest, I only know a handful of people these days that still got cable like that. You know what I
Yeah, I mean,
mean?
I got YouTube TV, but I'm not
Yeah.
going no G4 to look at no news. I mean, I'm more if you want people to go on your network, at least put it on you. At least make a deal with YouTube or something. Or
Yeah.
YouTube is popular.
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, it didn't make it less than a year. It lasted less than a year this time, and from what I understand, it was owned by Comcast. They kind of snuck them. Like this happened just like yesterday. They were just like, "Oh, by the way, we shut down." Like they didn't tell nobody, give anybody, the employees and stuff, any warning or anything. They did some big layoffs too, like earlier in the year. I think. Remember that round of layoffs everybody was going through for different companies. I think they were wrapped up in that, and then yesterday they decided just to pull the plug, which is messed up, man. You should at least like you're going out of business. Like you could at least give these people a heads up, couple of weeks, months, whatever. Hey, look, we might not be around in a couple of months. Y'all might, but they want you to keep working to the last minute. You know what I mean? So
I
it's
mean,
kind of
yeah,
messed up.
it's probably a lot of money and time they didn't really put into it. I mean,
Yeah,
you can survive and do it if you really wanted to, but I never seen nothing that made me want to go back to it. Like, like back in the day, they had Morgan Webb was really, considered really, really hot, and X-Play was just cool. I don't know
yeah.
what they can
But you
do.
didn't have any
They had
choices
Xavier
either, though.
Woods from the New Day,
What was it?
part
Was
one shows, and
Yeah, you didn't have much choice. It was like X Play
yeah.
or go find like a magazine, gaming magazine or something. That's it. Like those
They
are your
still had,
choices.
I mean, IGN and GameSpot around, but
But
back
how who
then it seemed like they was more creative.
and not only that, who had internet? Like who you knew with internet in our hood? Like, you know what I mean? Nobody had internet like that in our hood. You
I
know,
mean, you
so
could be more creative, and maybe it's a licensing thing, where they can't get a lot of these people, or reality shows
yeah,
in with Ninja and Fortnite events, or
yeah. They
but
should have.
it's just part sometimes they didn't want to put into, like, you know what, we don't want to put into this.
Yeah, I mean the fact that I couldn't even tell you where to watch it at, that says a lot about it. You know what I mean?
And when I seen
Couldn't.
it, I thought it was already dead. I'm like, oh, they reporting like stuff that's already happened. Like, I didn't know they came. I knew they
I
came back
thought this
some
was
shows.
done
I didn't
20
know the
years
whole
ago.
network.
Yeah,
I didn't know the
yeah,
whole network came back. Like, I was like,
yeah. The
nah.
whole network came. They even brought back. I think some of the old. It wasn't Morgan Webb, but I think Sessler might have been involved, and that one guy from Attack of the Show. I think he might have been on there.
I mean,
But
Didn't they just kill like Cartoon Network or something like that? Or
I heard rumors they were talking about it killing
because I
Cartoon
seen people
Network.
talking about no and RIP.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I heard rumors of Cartoon Network might be getting canceled or taken off or whatever, but I don't know.
a lot of these
Cartoon
a lot
Network
of
could
these people
survive though.
always want to say something. They always got their opinion on stuff going, but then like you be like, when was the last time you went to watch Cartoon
Yeah,
Network?
really. I ain't.
I watch Netflix and stuff like that,
Yeah, really.
but
You watch them shows when they come to the streaming services, them Cartoon Network
yeah,
shows, yeah. But
like
to actually get them, yeah,
it's a cat out my window. I used to I used to go to like Best Buy and stuff like that. Like, when like a lot of these like TV shows and movies and music and stuff like that, like to me, it's just in our day now, like in this day and age, it's like it's nothing's the same like that no more. Like,
yeah,
everybody is nothing new that you could tell somebody, or it's nothing new like music wise, because it's like you can always go on, like, on Spotify and
yeah,
stuff like that. And nowadays is like, even video game news, like if something's breaking news, I get like a notification on my phone.
yeah,
And it's like, a lot of these, like, G4, I think, they might be gone, but I'm pretty sure a lot of the stuff they had, or some of the shows and stuff they have, it will be on YouTube maybe. They
hopefully.
might
I
just go to
mean,
YouTube or something like that. I'm pretty sure like everything's not going to completely go away, but back in the day, you just focused on your TV more. Like, I used to
well,
look at tournaments, and
yeah, because you
like,
ain't
and a
got
lot
you
of this
ain't,
stuff is on Twitter now, and not
yeah,
Twitter, Twitch. Like,
Twitch,
I
yeah,
want to go gaming stuff. You look at tournaments and stuff. I'm not going to G4. I'm going to Twitch. Most of
yeah.
the stuff is going to be on there regardless. So
Yeah, because you didn't have much of a choice. I mean, that's just what it was back then. Now you have, anything you want to know is at the touch
yeah,
of
and
your
then you had internet
fingertips.
restriction back then too. You just
Yeah.
couldn't be on the internet all day.
Nah,
Some,
man, I remember my first one. I had that AOL 600-hour disc or whatever. Had that dial up. You couldn't use the phone same time you use the internet.
yeah, you be playing a video game and then
Somebody
get
called, cut
disconnected and
off
somebody call
completely.
you.
Yep.
But
And
then
then
Sony got smart and they made it to where you had to have, like, I think like DSL, or
yeah, a little
it was
faster.
somewhere it won't get interrupted, because like the
Yeah.
first one it would cut off like
Yeah,
right.
it was hooked directly to your phone line. And I used to get on there, man. When I go to work, get on there, look at shoes for hours. Look at
That's such a
shoes
horrible
and
idea too, because like the girl you talk to from your school, whatever, or your friends, I was just about to get online and play this game, and you called me,
yeah.
like,
Or she call and mess you up. You'd be like, dang,
yeah, and then
man.
you just sitting there with the controller in your hand, like waiting when okay, yeah, what up, what you doing tomorrow in school? You can't even play the game.
Hey, but that's how we had to get it though back then. All
Oh, you
right,
know what?
man. I think
Oh yeah, you know what? Call me at 9 o'clock. My minutes is free. No,
yeah,
my
free
minutes.
them,
I'm on minutes right now. I only got 40 more minutes.
them
So
free
call me
nights.
at 9 o'clock. Oh, I got this company. You can call me at 7 o'clock because it's
Yeah.
free. Remember, some people had 7 o'clock.
That was that Sprint. Sprint.
Was it Sprint was 7 o'clock, or
Sprint was seven. No, no,
one of
no,
them was
no.
7 o'clock?
AT
I
and
know one
T,
of them was 9 o'clock.
AT&T was 7. Sprint was 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
Free nights and weekends.
you be sitting there looking at your phone, texting people. Hey, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you tonight. Make sure you.
That's it.
I called you last night. You didn't wait. You was asleep.
Texting, man. You mean dialing them numbers? You be.
Yeah.
Oh man. All
Your
right. That's
phone was
all.
like,
What
it
you
didn't have
got?
all the buttons, so you had to hold certain buttons to get to see and be.
You got some news? That's all I
Nah,
had.
not really. I mean, we got this Bayonetta news. I guess if you wanna, it's disrespectful a little bit. I don't know who is it. Is it what Nintendo that's doing this, or is it Platinum Games, or is it just the way they don't want this actress no more? But the original voice actress was offered. She said $4,000, not 40,000, but $4,000 to do the voice acting for Bayonetta, which she did 1 and 2. So it's to me, it's 4,000 is not a lot, even for a person that don't have money. Like, you give me 4,000, I'm like, hold on, like like if you give me
Yeah.
4,000 for like a God of War or something, like Bayonetta it's a AAA game. It ain't like it's some indie like small game or something. Like I was telling my friend the other day, it got to be more to this, and I looked it up. It's like it's something we missing.
Nah,
$4,000 is not
well,
a
I
lot.
think I think the problem comes in these days is that so it's Bayonetta, right? And yeah, Bayonetta is kind of popular, but she ain't exactly Kratos. You know what I mean? Like, if people show up to Bayonetta and the actress has like a slightly different voice, well, it's two things play out here. Let me tell you. So if they show up and the actor has a slightly different voice, it ain't gonna like be an outcry. Oh my lord, I can't believe. If you show up and Kratos don't sound like Kratos, it's gonna be some problems in the video game world, right? So I think that's the first thing. The second thing is that now they have like this voice AI that can just duplicate the voices. You know,
Yeah,
um, for instance, the Boondocks, right? John Witherspoon died, so they was talking about bringing back the Boondocks. Well, John Witherspoon's son sounds just like him. Like he sounds
yeah,
just like his dad, right? So he was like, "Oh, great. I'll play. You know what I mean? I want to get on there and I'll take up my dad's spot." They was like, "Nah, that's good. We know how to replicate your dad's voice using AI, using artificial intelligence. So we really don't
huh.
need you." Yeah. And that's how they're gonna do it. So you see what I'm saying? It's just all about like kind of supply and demand. I mean, yeah, take this 4,000, or we just take your voice from these other two games and we can replicate it and put it in the game anyway. It don't matter. You know what I mean? I mean, it's messed up. It's sad, but that's the way things are going now.
Yeah, she's asking fans on her Twitter to boycott the game and use it to donate to charity instead.
Yeah, you buying Bayonetta?
Nah.
No,
I don't
no.
buy them. I don't buy them like that, but I know they're big. I know a lot of my friends are waiting. Like
I know
I
a
know
few
one of
people
my
like
friends bought
Bayonetta.
a
Yeah.
Nintendo. I know Bayonetta is big enough to make the Nintendo or the Xbox and PlayStation fanboys mad, because a lot of people are mad. Like, oh, why is this exclusive? Like I bought
Yeah.
the first one. A lot of people was mad, but I mean, Nintendo pulled it off with the Marvel, with the Ultimate. I think it's
Ultimate
called
Alliance.
Ultimate Alliance. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I think it was called Black something, Blackgate or
Yeah, I
something
don't
like
know.
that. But
Yeah.
how you make something that people bought. But I mean, if you can do it, why not? I guess, and Nintendo did it. And Bayonetta was always a kind of a Nintendo game. I mean, even though it went on Xbox stuff like that, but Platinum games favor Nintendo a lot. Like I'm
Yeah.
surprised Nintendo didn't buy them yet. It was like, they make a lot of games, even though they were rumored to bring back one of their games for Xbox. I forgot what it was called. Like it was like some kind of dinosaur game or something like that.
I don't know.
It was something that got canceled. It was a platinum game, and they said Microsoft might be bringing it back. It was some
Mm,
exclusive Microsoft game. I forgot the name of it,
yeah.
but Platinum Games is pretty big. Wonderful 101 and stuff like they got
Yeah.
more. They got money. Like 4,000 is like they slid this chick some
Well,
up
and that,
chains.
but that's what I'm saying. That's probably what they told her. Look, we got this 4,000, or we don't really need you. I mean, if you really want
Yeah,
to.
and like it just sucks. Like I mean,
Yeah,
to me, it don't really like. I'm not mad about it, but just knowing about it is just like
yeah.
damn, like
It's just
that
kind of
that actor
it's
is like
wrong. It's
four
messed up.
thousand, like
Yeah.
Jesus, like, and this game is gonna do numbers,
Oh
like
yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
4,000. Like they can like
Yeah.
the first week they could pay her that, like, part of the first date, the first date, not week. That's a yeah, the first date, part of
Yeah.
3 hours, they can pay her that 4,000. Here you go. Like you counting all this money, you count all these millions you making. Oh, here go 4,000, man. There
You
you go.
probably they probably dropped 4,000 while they counted it.
I mean,
You
I
can get that on
mean,
the flow. You can pick that up off the flow. Go ahead.
Scarlett. What's her name? The one from what she did. I can't think. No, I'm like brain fart. In the Avengers, her Black Widow.
Oh,
You know,
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, when she took them to court,
Oh
and knew
yeah,
like,
huh.
this movie making money. This
Yeah.
movie is making money. Like, give
Well,
me my money.
you know what that was, you know what that was about, right? It's
it was
because
about the movie theater, right?
yeah,
By not going to the movies, they get that bonus, right?
yeah, because she took a salary plus she took the back end, which means she gets a portion of what the movie sales are.
Basically,
But
you get a
they
you
took
get a pay
the
cut.
damn, yeah, they took the movie and they released it in theaters, which is great. That's the part she gets. But then they put it on
Yeah,
Disney Plus.
but if you
So
put it
by
straight to
doing,
Disney Plus, like
yeah,
you
then
cut
that
that
cuts
money.
into,
Period.
yeah, that cuts into the ticket sales. That's what she was suing for. You can't do that.
And to me, it's like it's not similar, but well, it kind of is a little bit. When you do something great, and it's like, I'm pretty sure they have bonuses and and reviews and stuff like, oh, the voice acting is good, but I mean, I don't know if I'm overdoing it though. Like, is Bayonetta's voice really, you know, is
Well,
it
that's what
really
I'm
that
saying.
iconic? Is it an icon? Like it's a big deal when the guy don't play Joker. I forgot his name.
Yeah, Mark
Um,
Hamill.
yeah, Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
It's a big deal when the actor plays that
And
voice or that act or the Joker because of
yeah,
that. But
and that's
is
the
people
point I
gonna
was
really?
making, you know.
If
We ain't talking Kratos here. Like
Yeah, does people know the difference if this story didn't come out?
probably not. They probably, I'm telling you,
Like,
no,
am
if
I
she
going
did
to play? Are you going to play that game and be like, his
no,
voice sounds different than part
if
one?
she, I'm telling you, if she didn't say nothing, nobody would have ever
Well,
known.
I'm not going to play this game
Yeah.
because I mean, originally Bayonetta was a half naked
That
witch,
see,
So
that was my point I was making in the beginning. If you turn on God of War and Kratos don't sound like Kratos, you're gonna be like, hold on a minute, nah, ain't no way, and you're gonna hit the internet. But you turn on Bayonetta and the voice is slightly
even if
off,
they got somebody close with a deep voice, though, you might not really.
but you gonna know. No, fanboys are gonna know. You know they gonna know. You know they gonna know
Well, I wonder how did this come out though. I mean, I know it came out
because
through
of
Twitter,
her.
but I wonder what the average fanboy knew.
Nah,
But
I doubt it. It'd have been a very small outcry.
and it's
You
kind of obvious now, like when people play it when it come out, people, of course, people gonna be,
Yeah, they're
oh,
gonna be
the voice
listening
sounds
for it.
different now. But would you would have known that if she didn't come out and say
No,
that?
I doubt
That's
it. I
because a lot of people
ser
gonna be, oh yeah, the voice does suck. The voice
Yeah,
actors does suck.
it'd have been like maybe it'd have been just a whisper across Twitter. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have been nothing major, I
Things
don't think.
Bayonetta does have a big following. Like, I do give it that. It does.
Yeah,
It
but
is big. Like it
I
is like
mean, you might not even
games
notice
like God
now,
of War,
even though
not
you
God of
live.
War, but Devil May Cry, Ninja
Because
Guy. Like
I
it
mean,
falls in those.
I imagine they're gonna duplicate her voice. So I imagine you probably might even notice now when the game do come out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's why she went on Twitter though and probably said something because in
yeah,
these trailers, nobody never said anything
that's
when
what
they
I'm
first showed
saying.
it 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But to me, I wonder how the story just came out now because like the voice acting has been done part like I'm pretty sure like a year ago or something or
Who knows? People in their mode. Maybe I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, before we get out of here, I got two more things I wanted to
I got one
mention.
more thing I wanted to
Oh,
talk
go
about.
ahead.
One more thing
Go ahead.
about this new thing they started doing with the cell phones.
What?
With the what is it? Overwatch started it with the cell phones. How you have to have verified
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
your
yeah.
phone. They I just read recently that certain carriers like Boost Mobile, like is like if some Boost Mobile players can't get into
Ain't that the
these games
drug dealer phone?
prepaid, like a Walmart prepaid phone. The reason why I mentioned that is because I seen that Call of Duty's doing it now, and they're very specific on its PC. I guess that's their way
Okay.
of stopping like the hacks, but they
Yeah.
had to hurry up and correct that for console players. A couple of my friends at work got prepaid. They were like, "Well, I guess I can't play it if they make it," but like I guess like what to me, what did you get out of that? Like your cell phone. Like, what are they going to cancel your cell phone if you cheat or something? Or I don't understand that.
Yeah, but I guess it's easier to track you by your carrier than if you got on prepaid, they don't know who you are. But
Yeah, it's almost like if you buying from like I guess like the Red Box. If you renting a movie
yeah,
from
yeah.
Redbox, you can just go get a prepaid and rent
Yeah,
40
exactly.
movies
That's
and
why
take
you're
them
not
home.
allowed to
So
do prepaid on Redbox, right? Redbox don't
but
take
you take
prepaid. Huh?
away a lot of your sales with people with like Boost or Walmart
Yeah,
prepaids, and it's
but
like
Yeah, but that's what it is. It's all about being able to track you. Anybody can go get a prepaid and be like, oh, hack the game up real quick and be gone. You don't know who
But
it
they
is.
figure, I guess, if you got, I don't know, the way they look at it is, it seems like if you got a PC in Call of Duty, you got money. You better go get your. Cause I see it's people on there legit that says they can't play Overwatch because of the cell phone whole situation, and I'm like, are you serious? Like, this is where we come
Yeah,
into nowadays, like.
yeah.
But that's
Um,
just they started doing that too with the cell phone feature. Well, even on Twitch. Like I was on Twitch a couple of months ago, and I noticed to talk to certain people, I had to verify my phone
oh
through
really?
their I guess like for like bullying and
Yeah, yeah,
if you
yeah,
tell somebody gonna kill themselves and they actually do, you might get charged now.
yeah. Oh well, yeah.
They got your
It
phone.
has
Oh, that
happened.
person went and hung themselves when you told
Yeah,
them to do it. I don't know if it's like that,
it
but
has happened before. It's happened before.
and that's a law, right? Ain't that like some kind of law? Like you
Yeah,
trying to kill or
yeah. It happened to this girl and her boyfriend. She told her boy. I think it's on Netflix. She told her boyfriend to go kill himself, and he did. And they tried her.
are you
They
serious?
arrested her.
So
Yeah,
you really got to watch what you say nowadays to people, and it's like now they finding ways to track you to know for sure now.
yep,
And like a lot of people always say they're listening anyway with Xbox and PlayStation and all that stuff,
yep,
but now they know too at the same time. But yeah, that's
yeah.
all I really had to say. Really was those two.
I got two little small things. One, I played Scorn. I was gonna do a review on it. I just don't like that game. That Scorn, it came to Xbox Game Pass day one. It's like a horror puzzle game. I just wasn't feeling it. I just
I
was
was
not
watching
feeling
somebody
it.
play that before I joined, and I watched literally for like 2 minutes and left. I
Yeah,
was just like,
it's
what is this
everything's
Doom looking game or
yeah, but
whatever? It
it's
looked
like all
weird.
puzzles. Like you gotta just keep solving it.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
go play
I just
Portal if you want to do puzzles in first person.
yeah, I played like maybe almost an hour, and I was like, you know what? I don't like this. I'm done. I'm not gonna review this. So I'm not gonna review Scorn. And the second thing is, I want to touch on a little bit about uh Warner Brothers developer. What's their name? It's Warner Brothers. But it's Gotham Knights developers. I forgot their name, but the developers of Gotham Knights came out and basically said that the reason that Gotham Knights is only running at 30 frames per second is because they had to develop for the Series S also, which I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I just don't. I'm not a developer, but come on now. You're like you got other games that run on Series S and everything else, and you can get 60 on that. And all of a sudden this
Serious,
is
that's just a
locked.
potato. They
Yeah, they
said.
call it a potato. They call the Series S a potato, and yeah, they badmouth the Series S.
I
And they
mean, to
said
me, they
WB Games, but I'm trying to think, what's the developer
that's
though?
gonna be the downfall once we go fully next year. That's gonna be the downfall of a lot like that system is gonna suffer. They already delayed like frames for certain games with that system. Like yeah, the X version is getting it today.
Yeah,
We're coming back in a couple of weeks with another update. So it's like already companies are already trying to go around this, like
yeah.
because they got to be equal and treat both systems the same because they're technically both next gen, even though the Series S is
Rocksteady,
not
that's their name.
fully. Yeah,
Yeah,
Microsoft ain't gonna come
Rocksteady
out
is
and
their
tell
name.
you that it's next gen. It isn't next gen. They're gonna
Yeah.
come out. They're gonna tell you, yeah, they're both equal. But they're
So
really not though.
So what I think in the future is going to be like Series S is like bare minimum next gen. Like that's
It's next gen by the frames.
yeah, and it's the lowest next gen. It's the cheapest lowest way you can get into
Hey,
next
you can play
gen.
this game at 120 frames.
Yeah.
Even though it might be 1080p
So
or below, maybe or.
so what I think in the future is like I think Xbox. So I think like the Series X, right, in the future is going to become the Series S. Like they're gonna have a more powerful Xbox, but they also gonna have the Series X that still will be able to play the games and next gen and all that. It's just not as powerful as this 8K, whatever they gonna come up with, 144 frame, whatever the next Xbox is. You understand what I'm saying? It's just gonna be like,
Yeah.
yeah. So
I mean, that's the reason why Sony went with the whole two systems just without the disk drive.
yeah,
Like they didn't want to split the developer. You kind of change. You have to like have a separate team for Series S. Not separate team, but you have to have some people to be like, that's your job to downgrade this game
Yep.
as much as you can to get this running on this Series S.
Yep.
We have to keep this game at 60, 120 frames. We gotta make it
But
equal.
I don't believe I don't believe that 30 frames per that was a series that's prevented them from going higher than 30. It's games that run at 60 on
But if
S
it
right
is, I
now.
mean, like I said though, if it is, and it's an open world game, and I'm pretty sure it is hard. So people like me or anybody just playing solo,
Yeah, like the
can they
story
go
mode. You
can they
can't
go
get 60 on
60?
a story mode.
Can they
Like,
go 60?
if
I
they
know
had
for
said,
sure though, without knowing the studio or developer, it's gonna come out for 60. They're gonna do a 60
yeah,
frame
they're gonna
update.
update it. I
They
mean,
never said it wasn't,
yeah,
but they didn't, just day one. A lot of people are making it a big deal. For all we know, it could be, it could be a week. It could be
yeah.
a day after or
But
something.
it
But
could, but yeah, they should have said multiplayer, like locked at 30 for multiplayer story mode. We can, 60. I mean, they could have did that at least. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
I don't think it's no game that came out on the Series X or S or whatever. It came out at 30 frames though.
I
That's
don't.
the crazy part.
I don't know one, but that's what they said. Man, I don't even realize
And it's
frames
not even
happen.
last gen at
I don't
all.
even yeah, I don't even realize frames anyway when I'm playing games. Like I'm not I'm not sitting there go, oh, look at that frame dip.
I
I don't
mean, you
see it.
could tell though. Like if you go play Spider-Man at 60 and then go and then put the ray tracing fully on and everything, you could
Yeah.
tell when you start swinging.
Oh really? I don't even
But
pay.
you're not gonna tell with Batman because you're not gonna play it at 60 day one. So like I mean everything you've seen in videos and stuff is not gonna change. That's
Yeah.
all part 60 or whatever or 30, whatever. So to me, it's not like a game changer. It's not like, oh man, but it is disappointing though. Like, so for some people, you paying $70,
Yeah.
paying $70 and I'm playing on PlayStation, so you telling me that Xbox decided to downgrade their system is the reason why I gotta play it at 30 frames now on PlayStation? Like, why is PlayStation not getting the 60 frames in Series X or
Yeah.
I know, like I said earlier, Xbox don't want to split the community up, the developers like that, so they put these games equal. But why does PlayStation or other, you know, PCs not suffering? How come they let PC, go like,
Yeah,
let them
it's a
go?
whole
It
bunch of
don't make no
things,
sense.
man. Yeah, it's a whole lot of things that go into that I don't quite.
It's almost like you can blame Xbox, but you still have to blame the developer because like they're just like,
Yeah.
okay, make people know, let people know basically if you want to blame that system, put the game at 60 on X and PlayStation. If
Yeah,
you want to blame
exactly.
that system, and
And
then put it on X or S and see why is it so messed up. Not to
it,
say you want to put out a
so
bad game,
and
but
like I said,
put that game on the system and
Rocksteady is a
see
good
how it runs.
Rocksteady is a good developer, but it just made it sound really lazy to me, man. Like really
But that's
lazy
not
design.
Rocksteady though. That's
It's not.
Montreal something studio. It's the
It's
people who made
somebody else. Oh,
Origins.
okay.
It's the studio who made Origins.
Oh,
Batman
okay.
Arkham Origins. It's
Yeah,
not. Yeah. Rocksteady is working on the Suicide Squad. That's their game they're working on.
yeah,
But to me, I'm a Batman fan, and I might some of it might just be, oh, okay, I'm a Batman fanboy, but it does make me think though, because when you go play Last of Us and put it on 30 frames, it's a difference. Go
yeah.
play Spider Man.
Well,
You know,
I'm glad it's not Rocksteady
next
because
time you go play Spider Man, go put it on ray tracing and 4K fully, and watch how you swing through the city. It's gonna
okay,
move slightly different. It's not gonna move where game changing,
yeah,
but you gonna know you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm about to go put this back, where I had it at because it's a difference. But a lot of people don't see that when they play it like that,
yeah,
like when you play a shooter, you can tell it's a you could tell it's 30 frames if you play a shooter. You could be like why, this move kind of slower a little bit.
yeah.
So you can tell the difference. Like,
I'm glad it's not Rocksteady because they doing the
Suicide
Suicide
Squad.
Squad game, and I didn't want all that. It's gonna be locked at 30,
I guarantee you that's not gonna be no 30 frames.
Yeah,
That's more of the AAA studio.
yeah. All right, man. That's all I got. I guess we can get out of here. It's a little shorter than usual, but I think we provided some good info.
I mean, we got some good games coming this week. Well, some
Are you
named
getting
good.
Gotham Knights?
It's a lot of stuff I've been playing, like like Last of Us and Saints Row kind of fell off a little bit. It slipped off big time. Like for me, that story just not really.
I
It's not the gameplay more. It's more of the story
I
to me.
think I'm gonna get Gotham Knights. I'm waiting for the reviews, to be honest.
I
I
mean,
don't
to
know.
me, if the reviews are going to just I'm going to just are going to just say yeah, it's 30 frames, but it's a good game. Like I'll probably end up getting it regardless. But
Yeah.
if that's gonna be the biggest complaint about that game being at 30, I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah. If that's of course I'm gonna get it, but yeah,
Everything
I
I've
just
seen
hope
so far, it looks good.
I
Like,
just hope it ain't an 8. I hate when stuff's an 8. Because when it's an 8, I'll be like, man, I don't know.
I mean,
I don't.
if
It
I
put
had
me
to
on the
guess,
fence.
it would probably be an 8 or
Yeah,
7.58.
it's probably gonna be an 8. If it's a
The
7, I'll be
story
like,
is really,
okay,
really short, and like the multiplayer is like, something
yeah,
wrong or something like that. But I like I said, I hear they with another thing with the 60 frames in the 30 with this, I guess systems, something with the tethering or something like that, or with the co-op they said.
oh,
Like like they want it on sync. I guess if
oh,
you
okay.
throw it at
I
60
don't.
and 30 with different system, it might run funny. So to me,
Okay,
it seems like they took a chance with this game being co-op.
yeah,
And they did, we didn't talk about this, but they did announce a 4-player co-op mode coming later on.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
November
Coming,
in
I think
November.
later
I'm not
in
sure exactly.
November. It's coming later in November, I think.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
to me, a 4-player co-op mode, 30 frames sound like,
What appealed to me about that game though was like in a co-op, it said you don't have to stick together. Like you can go off. Like,
You
you
could do
go do
missions, they said, but the main missions you gonna be doing with
together. Yeah,
co-op
yeah,
with your
yeah.
friend. Yeah, but you could do I think like little side stuff and
Yeah,
stop
and like,
robbery, different
but you
stuff
don't
like
have to
that.
be
So
like, it ain't gonna give you that warning like you too far away from, and all
yeah, a
that.
lot of these games they'll just teleport you to they'll teleport the host.
Yeah,
Like they'll
back to the
teleport the
person. Yeah,
person to the host
I'll wait for the
sometimes.
reviews to come and I'll see about Gotham Knights.
It should be coming soon. Like,
Yeah,
they
yeah. The
review
game
some
come
games
out,
today.
but 4 days. Game come out Friday, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And one thing you really it's weird nowadays. You really can't trust some of these like these review sites. Like I just seen a lot of people been pointing out that IGN don't like sports games.
yeah, they never. I
They
mean, they
review
used to,
they
but
review 2K, NBA 2K like a 6. Same as Saints Row, which a lot of these like websites gave that game 7, 8. And if you look at Tiger Woods or PGA, I think it's called
yeah.
PGA or something,
Oh, they gave that like a 3 or something, huh? Didn't
a
they?
6. They
They
gave it a
gave it a
6.
6.
But then if you go to Metacritic, everybody is an 80 and up
Oh,
besides IGN. So it's like, and then you look at 2K, and then you look at that golf, it's like,
yeah.
do they like
Well,
sports games or
so I heard the rap on like with that was like they feel like it's the same thing every year. Like they just,
well they blame NBA though with the whole microtransactions, but they
that,
said it was
yeah,
one of the best 2Ks though, like defense and the shot meter was so good.
yeah.
They taught nothing but good if you watch their video review of that game, but it
But
seemed
then they be
like
like a 6.
yeah, all 6 because microtransactions.
Yeah, but that's
It's
every
like
year. It's every year with the microtransaction.
exactly, but you praise the game for being so good though,
They
like the
really,
offense,
man, I know they
defense.
got to pay the players, but they really need to somehow make that game free to play and just microtransactions and just update it. You know what I mean?
Extra $70, an extra $200 they get, a hundred
I
and
know
fifty
that's
dollar edition, a
crazy,
hundred
man.
dollar
That
edition.
you pay
I mean,
seventy
you're not gonna
dollars.
turn down that money if you still getting it.
Yeah, you pay $70 and then unless you playing just by yourself in the season, if you go try to play in the park, you're gonna have to spend some money.
And a lot of people don't. They skip that. They skip all the. I ain't gonna say skip, but they don't really talk about that game like like a lot of other games like that game. If you don't got no connection or internet connection, that game is dead pretty much. You can't play story mode. Like you go, like,
Yeah.
that game is like an online only game. It's having the free to play perks, and
Yep.
a lot of these games is
Man,
though,
it's the game's like if you paid $70 for Fortnite. Like that's what the game's like.
every year,
Yeah,
they just
every
oh
year
yeah,
you
here
had to
go
buy
our
for.
annual fee. Basically, you just want to call it an annual fee.
Yeah, you have to pay
Annual fee of
Fortnite
$70,
every year.
like
You had to. Yeah,
like
it's
Overwatch just
crazy.
did. Well, not Overwatch. well, forget I said that, because Overwatch is free to play,
Yeah,
but
it's free to
they
play
got
now.
other stuff in that game. But NBA does it, and that's really the only game too that you have to pay to win. A lot of
Yeah.
these games you don't have to pay. Like a lot of people don't realize, like you can play Fortnite.
Oh
You
yeah,
can
you
let
don't
your
have to
kids
do
play
that. Yeah.
Fortnite with nothing,
Yeah.
That your kid can be the best in the world at that game and just have default skins.
Yeah.
But the thing about that is having like people want to be cool with the dances
Yeah,
and the
yeah, yeah.
skins,
Yeah,
and
that's how my
you
kids are.
know,
My kids be like, oh, he's a default. It's like, oh, you know what that means.
yeah. And then at the same time, when I got into it, it was just like, you know what? I play this game, I support it. I didn't pay 60, 70, whatever. So
Yeah.
I support some stuff I like on there. Like, I like a couple of skins, Batman skins. And
Yeah.
then when you get the battle pass is actually worth it. You can earn the next battle pass and the next one, the next
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you really
My
don't have to
stepson,
pay
that's what he
nothing.
does. He earns the
Yeah, if
next
you good
battle.
at the
Yeah.
game, you only got to pay $10 and that's it. You don't got to buy
Yeah.
you get the skins with the game. They have characters, free characters, dances. You can keep doing that.
Yeah,
And
that's how my
you
stepson is. He earns his battle pass every time.
But
You
you
just play
see
it.
stuff though, like, oh, you get on there, you see LeBron, you see Black Adam, you be The Rock, you be looking like, damn, like $20, and it'd be $15 for a little dance. They go $15. You be like, dang, like, man.
All right. All right, man. I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you everybody for listening, and we'll be back next week.
Hopefully, I'm about to end it.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, go ahead. What you about to say?
Don't forget, man. What was your Halloween game, man?
It was scoring.
Oh, you said Snow.
It was scoring.
Okay,
It
so
was
yeah, I
horrible.
mean, mine was Last of Us, so ain't nothing
Yeah.
changed, I guess.
Mine was scoring, and I didn't like it, so that's why I didn't talk about it much.
So what you been playing this week?
Oh, played what did I play this week? Scorn and what did I was playing something else.
He said it must not been that
It
good.
must not, yeah, it
Something
must
on
not been
Game
that good. I don't
Pass. Probably something
remember.
on Game Pass.
Probably. No, it wasn't on Game Pass. What was I playing? Was it Cyberpunk?
Did
No,
you
I didn't
finish
play any.
Cyberpunk?
Nah, I didn't play any Cyberpunk this week. Man, I don't think I played, I think was Scorn this week. I think Scorn, that's it. And Mario Kart. But I play that every week. Yeah, I
Well,
think
I ain't
that's the
gonna
only thing I
prolong this
played.
episode. I've been playing the same stuff, so
Yeah, yeah, I didn't think I played.
Splatoon,
Oh, I downloaded
WWE. I've been playing a lot of WWE. Yeah,
I
y'all
downloaded
want to
a
follow my stuff? Follow me on Twitch. Lit God MVP. I do play that a lot. I've been playing that a lot lately because the AEW game apparently is not coming out. They won't tell me no good news, so
I
I want to
downloaded
just WWE.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm gonna start playing that. I downloaded that on I think I think it was Game Pass. So I'm gonna start playing that because I haven't played Assassin's Creed in forever, and I heard that one was good. So I'm gonna start playing that. But yeah, man, I think scoring, and that was it. That's all I played this week. I really didn't
Said
play nothing.
life has been messing us up.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to get some games in though. I might go play right now. Nah, I won't. I can't. But I might go play later today. Play something.
Man,
Oh,
that's all I really had. I just want to see what
all
you've been
right.
playing. I haven't been playing too much of this,
Yeah.
Huh.
All
We'll
right,
have a
man.
lot more in the next 2 weeks. Call of
Yeah.
Duty story.
Call
Call
of
of Duty
Duty.
stories actually this week with Batman. If you pre-order the game digital,
Yeah.
so
Oh yeah,
if
yeah, yeah. That's
that's
right.
gonna kind of take away from Batman a little bit. Because
I
them
need.
Call of Duty fans, that they gonna reserve that game. You get it digital. I think it's digital
Oh,
only.
everybody I know that play already reserved it.
It's smart. It's smart on Call of Duty's end though, because they know a lot of people most likely gonna play that game online. So
Yeah.
they know they throw the story out a week early. If they put a lot of time into that, they want you to play it. Obviously, so
Yeah.
you got a week. And Call of Duty story is always about 6 hours. 6 hours, 8 hours. So they give you
Yeah.
a week to beat it.
All right. Well, thank everybody for listening, and we'll be back next week.